Hello my friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to an October TBR. So in my previous TBR video, I talked about how I am not going to be doing my TBR jar, and I'm going to continue on with that for October, I believe. Maybe we'll pick it back up in November, but I am doing 2 readathons this month, and I just figured that if I did my TBR jar on top of that, plus still trying to finish out my Clear My Shelves videos that I have been working on for a while, I would just stress myself out too much. So we are going to forego the TBR jar, but I will be talking to you about all of the books that I have that are a priority to me, any book clubs that I'm doing, all of that good stuff here. So if you are interested in what I'm reading for October, please stick around. So like I just mentioned, I'm going to be doing 2 readathons. The first one that I'm going to be doing is the Trick or Treatathon, which I did last year and I absolutely loved. It is a bingo board based readathon where you get to make your own bingo board based on the prompts that they provide you, so you can kind of rearrange things to make it much easier for you to get a bingo, and I really liked that. I am on Team Magic again, which I was on last year, and I really enjoyed those friends that were over there, so I'm excited to do that again. The second readathon I'll be participating in is another bingo based one, but this one I am hosting with 4 of my wonderful friends, Serena, Randi-Lynn, Nat, and Rhiannon, and we are going to be doing the Fall into Winter Readathon. We've been posting about it the past week on Instagram, so if you've already joined us, I am so excited that you have done so. If you would like to join us after I talk about it a little bit, I will have everything linked in the description, including all of those friends that you should go and follow and subscribe to. I would really appreciate it if you supported them as well. So, Fall into Winter is an idea that was brought upon us wanting to just have something very easy to get us back into reading, to make sure that any of us that are falling into slumps don't completely go into slumps as the days get darker. Even though it is super cozy, we still want that motivation to be picking up all of our books and stuff, because, you know, darker weather sometimes makes us not as motivated to do things. So this is a very low stakes, very cozy 3-month-long readathon that is, like I said, bingo based. But let me move over here so I can show you some graphics. We have 2 boards, well technically 3, but 2 different ones. Our regular book-based bingo board and then our fan fiction-based bingo board, because me and Serena originally had done the fanfic readathon because we love fanfic so much, and Nat also is a big fan of fan fiction, and so we wanted to make sure that we had something for everybody who is interested in reading with us, doing some cozy prompts but don't want to commit to big old books, you know, so they can commit to some big old fanfics. We also have a combo board that takes some prompts from both of them and combines them into one, so if you want to read some books but also want to not overwhelm yourself with full-length novels, you can just throw in some fanfics to get some prompts out of the way there. So those are our 3 bingo boards that we have, and a little detail about those bingo boards is that we want you to be able to get very easy bingos along the way. So each column is something that you can complete within a month or within the season, and there are some crossovers too. So the first column, the middle column, and the final column are our October, November, and December columns, and those are prompts that you can easily finish within those months. And then the 2 in between, the orange one and the light blue one, are our fall and winter prompts. So any month that corresponds with the season, you can do some double up prompts, which means October and fall, November and fall, and winter and fall, you can do some crossover. And we really tried to make a lot of these prompts easily done together because we gave you some activity things like lighting a candle, drinking a cozy drink, and you can do that easily while you are reading any of these books or fanfics that match these prompts. So we're hoping that you can find a lot of easy bingos, that you don't get too stressed out about anything, and that you can hopefully accomplish getting a blackout by the end of that, because we are going to be doing a readathon by the end of December if you manage to get a blackout. So be looking forward to any details to come for that. I don't think I called it a giveaway a few seconds ago, but it was a giveaway is what I meant to say. So be on the lookout for the details for that giveaway at the end of this readathon. And again, everything is linked in the description if you would like to join us. We are over at The Den, which is mine and Serena's Discord that we have, that we host a bunch of different things, and if you join that Discord, you just select the role for Readathon Bun is what we call it, and you can join us over on Discord and chat throughout these next couple of months. So I am very, very excited. I hope I talked about everything. If I didn't, make sure you check out Nat and Randi-Lynn's videos. They are much more articulate than I am, and they go over everything as well. So give their videos a shot. I hope you join us. Like I said, I'm so excited. Everyone is so excited. Everyone is so wonderful and nice and kind, and everyone who has already joined and started chatting over on Discord has warmed my heart. So I'm excited to see everybody who is interested come over there. So yeah, let's continue on with my TBR, which first book on that is our October group read for the Fall into Winter Readathon, which is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. So if you're interested in reading that, that's another incentive to join this readathon. So that will be the first book that is going to be on my TBR and a priority to me. For the Story Continue book club, which I also host with Serena, we are going to be reading When We Were Birds, and it is a very short paranormal type of story, and it sounds really interesting about somebody who kind of helps souls move on to the afterlife, and somebody who was prohibited from being around any death throughout his life, and they kind of have to work together at this cemetery. It sounds very interesting, and it's very short, so I'm eager to see how that goes. I've heard through the reviews that it's very good, so I'm excited to see how that one goes. Then, as you know, I have been working on a 12 and 12 challenge throughout the year if you've watched any of my past TBR videos. And so my classic of the month that I'm reading for my 12 and 12 challenge is A Haunting in Hill House, or The Haunting of Hill House, whatever it's called. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I have been intrigued by the Netflix show, but I am a bit of a scaredy cat. I didn't used to be, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more scared about shows and movies and such with scary elements. So I'm going to attempt to read the book, see how spooked I get, and then give the TV series a try. Even though I have heard that they're pretty different, there is a similar vibe to both of them. So it's teeny tiny. I hope I can read it pretty quickly and that it doesn't give me nightmares, and then I'll catch back up with you later if I ever watch the TV series. So wish me luck on that one. Then for the buzzword readathon that I've been participating in throughout the year, the word of the month is magic, or it's magic related words, and I am going to be reading A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. I believe I've put this on a couple of TBRs before, but we are going to commit to it because it is for the buzzword readathon, and I've been so good about finishing out all of those prompts this year. So this is going to be on my shelf. It's a little middle grade about some sister witches, and I don't know what they're doing, but I do know that they're sisters, and I know that people really enjoy this, and it's also starting of a series, so I might have a cutesy little middle grade series to continue on soon. But I'm excited for this one. I've heard nothing but great things. And then you saw this one last month, Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. This one is for a in-person book club that I have with 2 friends. We did not have our meeting this month, so I'm assuming that we're going to be meeting up in October. So I'm going to hopefully finish this out in the beginning of this month. I haven't even started it. I've been scrambling to try and finish so many TBR books from September. But yeah, this will be a priority in October. And I have a whole stack of other priority books that I really want to finish out so I can finish a lot of my Clear My Shelves videos, which I will link a playlist here if you're interested in watching that. It's basically me trying to read as many books off of my physical TBR shelf as possible, because my goal is to get my physical TBR under 80 by the end of the year. So for those videos that I'm so close to finishing, we will be reading Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend, which is the third of the Morgan Crow series. And I don't know if I loved the first 2, but I've had this one for so long that I just need to read it, and then I might just pass along that series to my younger cousin. But it's a magical school type of story that has some like quirky elements to it. So I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it enough, but it's been so long since I read those first 2 that the details are a little hazy. So we're gonna see how this book goes, but I do need to read it for that video. For another video, I have to read Bridget Kemmerer's Defend the Dawn or TJ Klune's The Damning Stone. So I kind of just have to pick one or the other of these ones to finish out that video. And yeah, I loved both of these series that I started. I started the first book in this series last year, and then Fairy Tales from Verania is one of my favorite series of all time by T.J. Klune. So I guess we're gonna see by the end of the month which one I'm going to pick. I do believe I put this on my Trick or Treat-a-thon bingo board though, so it might end up being this one, but I do still really want to finish out this Tales from Verania series. This next book is actually my top priority of the month, even though I don't really want to read it, but it is the final book in one other Clear My Shelves video, and that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hannon. So I need to finish this one out to finish out the Clear My Shelves video, and then I can post that. So that is why it's #1 priority. Well, I guess I have one more that's also #1 priority, so I have a tied spot for #1. But yeah, this is, I believe, a historical fiction that I've heard is very sad, and I have just kind of outgrown historical fiction sometimes, especially one set in like World War II, which I believe that this is. Yeah, World War II. It's right there. And I feel like I've read 400 World War II stories over the course of my life, and it's just, I'm not eager to read it, especially because I know like everybody's probably gonna die because everyone says that this is a very sad book. So I'm just not in the mental headspace for that. But I gotta do it for the video, so we're just gonna push through that. For another video that I also need to finish out, this is the last one I have to read, I've just been waiting on my library app to give me the audiobook, is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. It is pretty short though, and I think the library app is like 1 week away, so I'm gonna be able to finish it this month, which thank goodness. But yeah, I have heard nothing but great things about this one. I believe it's about two sisters also. One is able to live her life as white passing and one is not. I think I could also be totally mixing that up with the book Passing, but maybe they have similar plots. I feel like I've heard them compared a lot, so not fully sure what this one is about, but I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard that this is like an absolute 5-star rate, so I am super excited to read this one. I have 2 more books to talk about, one of which is A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk. This one I believe is a historical fantasy of some sort. I have heard really great things about this one. I've heard that it's really fun, so I'm gonna go a little bit into this one blind, but I've heard good things and I believe it's a queer story, and we know how I love those, which also might have to do a little bit with this one too because they are for the same video, and once I finish these 2 out, that video will be good to go. So this is The Perks of Loving a Wallflower by Erica Ridley, and this is a queer historical romance. So once these 2 are done, that video is finished. Like, I'm telling you, I'm so close to so many of these videos, so I just have to power through. It's just been super hard finding time with physical therapy and work and stuff. Well, we're gonna do it in October. October is cooling down. I'm gonna be refreshed with this nice weather that's not 115 degrees every day. I can wear these sweaters without actually sweating, which I am currently doing right now, but October is going to be great. The Fall Winter Readathon is going to kickstart everything into just the coziest season. Trick or Treat-a-thon is going to be so much fun. I'm going to get Clear My Shelves videos done. It's going to be great. We are excited. I'm not going to talk about any of them though, but these books right here on this shelf are also on my radar to finish out some of those bingo prompts for the Trick or Treat-a-thon and for fall into winter. So if I manage to somehow magically finish all of these books over here, we're gonna jump to this shelf, but don't hold your breath. The shelf will probably not get touched the entire month. So yeah, I'm just reading a couple books in October. It's gonna be easy, very cozy and chill and relaxed. Wish me luck if you have made it this far in the video, or if you believe that I can read all of these books and at least get 1 bingo. Add some Halloween based emojis in the comments. I would love that. Anything spooky, pumpkins, zombies, whatever. And like I said, everything that you need is linked in the description, as long as editing Paige did her job and put everything down there for you. But I've been chatting for quite a bit, so I will let you go, and I will see you in my next video, which should hopefully be out very shortly. All right, goodbye.